This video is an explanation of how to make the nose cone for your rocket. Everybody's supposed to bring in a bottle, and all the bottles are different sizes usually. First of all, this is going to be the end where the nose cone goes. This is going to be the bottom of the rocket. The fins are going to be attached to the sides here. So first of all, we need to know the diameter. In other words, the distance across our rocket. And it's kind of hard to do, but estimating here, it looks like this is about 2.5 inches wide. So if it's 2.5 inches wide, we want to add 1/4 to that. So if we got 2.5 plus 1/4, that's going to come out to 2 3/4. So the paper that I have here says 2.75, that's 2 3/4. So this would be the right size paper for the nose cone that we're going to make. First thing you're going to do is cut it out. As usual, you will probably do a much better job of cutting these out than I do. Also, you're going to be coloring a design on here. Think about the color that you asked that the bottle be sprayed. For example, if you ask that I spray your bottle yellow, think about the colors that you're going to use with the rest of your rocket. So if you were using yellow, a lot of times blue is used with yellow, so your nose cone could be a combination of yellow, black, blue, white, but there's some colors you might want to avoid. That's pretty much up to you. If the body of your rocket was orange, a lot of people would go with black. So be thinking about that because you're going to be coloring this in. There is a very light line going across here. That's going to be a fold. Normally we would have a dashed line, but this is just a very light line. That's going to be a fold. What we want to do is we want to take this corner and line it up with this corner. So we bring it over like this, and then we want this edge to be lined up with that very light line that we have. For this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and darken the line. I'm not going to push down very hard. I'm just going to make it so that you can see. All right, so we're going to try to get this edge lined up with that. We're going to get this corner to come down here. So that corner's here. We're going to try to make this edge come down to the little line that is going to be folded eventually. Okay, so what we have made is a triangle, and this little part is called the tab. The tab is still sticking out. We want the tab to fold exactly on that line. So as we've done and as I've demonstrated in the past, we want to make a score line. So we're going to get a pad of paper. This is about 8 sheets of paper. Get a straight edge and an ink pen and draw a line pushing down across the tab. So when I flip it over, I can feel this. This is going to get folded over, and it's going to eventually get glued like that. So your next step would be to do the coloring, and you would do a design. Instead of me taking your time to watch me draw something, I'm just going to draw that and say that's a design, and I spent an hour on it. Okay, the next step would be to glue this together. We want to put glue on the tab, but we don't want to get it on the inside of the rocket. So we're just going to take a scrap piece of paper. We'll fold the tab over this scrap piece of paper, and then we're going to apply glue stick glue to the tab. Okay, we'll take our scrap out. Where we had already folded, we're going to bring this down now and stick it together. All right, and you've already got it colored, so then you're going to straighten it up. This works a little bit better if you let the glue dry for a while. But we've got a crease here which we really don't want, so we're going to kind of bend that backwards, try to get the crease out some. And then we want this to open up. Sometimes you have to stick a pen up inside there, a pen or pencil, to get all this little area opened up. Then when you bring this back to school, we'll be using hot glue to attach it to the bottle, and you'll notice it overlaps a little bit. We're doing that on purpose. Remember, the bottle was 2 1/2, and we made this 2 3/4. That's so that it will overlap. So keep in mind, you have to put a design on here. You're going to be spending more time on it than I did, but this is how you put the nose cone together. That's all.